Hi guys, in this lecture you will be learning the polymorphism. So first of all, what is the polymorphism? Polymorphism is the ability of an object to take on many forms. The most common use of polymorphism occurs when a parent class reference is used to refer to a child class object. So that's called the polymorphism. It is just harder to explain, so here I'm going to show you its practical example. We are gonna make a base and a child class, and then we are gonna use the reference of the base class and the object of the child class. Here this is the base class, and now I'm gonna create a class, and here is the class whose name is student. This is the student class, and here I'm gonna extend this class as a child class of the person. Here is its child class, and so now I'm gonna make a function in the both of these classes. Is the function public void. Here is id, function name is id, and here I'm gonna print out I am person, and let's copy this, and I'm gonna paste it in the student class. Here it is, the student class, and this is called student. So now I'm gonna make another class, that is the temporary class. I'm just gonna make this class for creating the object. Here I'm gonna make another class. Click on this package, and this class name is temporary. And now here I'm gonna create the object of the both of the child and base class. First of all, I'm gonna create the reference of the base class. Here is the person, and p1, then equal. So now in the polymorphism we are able to make the reference of the base class, and then we are able to assign the object of the child class. Here I'm gonna make new student. So this is called the polymorphism. If this person class have the 10 or 5 child classes, so we don't need to create the student and then its reference and then the new object and then the teacher and then the other classes object. We only need to declare one variable. If the person class have the 2 or more or 5 or 10 child classes, so we don't need to declare different variables for the different child classes. Here you can see that we declare a variable of type person, so we give it the address of the object of the student class, and if we have another class, so we are also able to give that object to this variable. So we don't need to declare the different reference variables for the different classes object. This is the benefit of the polymorphism. So now here I'm gonna create another class to show you. Here is the employee, that is, this employee is also the child class of the person class. Here you can see that this class is created, and here I'm also gonna create, here is employee. So this is the way we can use the person class. Here is and here we only need to we don't need to declare the p1 two times. So here you can see that we can give the different addresses of the object, and we are using only one variable. We're not gonna declare the different variables for the employee and the student classes. So now here I'm gonna remove this, and now I'm gonna call the function. Here is p1 dot id. So when we call the function p1 dot id, so let's check it, what function is gonna execute. There are two functions. This is the id, this is the function that is in the person class, and this is the function that is in the student class. So let's check it and execute it, and here you can see that the function that is in the student class is execute, because the function is execute on the basis of the person class. You can see that this p1 object is type of the person, so person also have the same function, and but the address of the object in the p1 is from the student class, so the function is executed from the student class because the function are defined in both classes, but the address of the object is from the student. But here I'm gonna create another function that is in the student class. Here is name. Let's see. Here I'm gonna print out student name. So now let's execute this function. Here I'm gonna write name, but here you can see that it gives an error because the method name is undefined for the type of person. Why this error occur? Because this name function is not defined in the person class, it is only defined in the student class, so that's why this error occur, but the id function are in both classes. This function is called on the basis of the type of the reference. The type of the reference is the person, and it have the address of the student object. So this function is not gonna call. We can call this function through the student object. Here I'm gonna create the student object. Here is the student, s1 is equal to new student. Here you can call this function. Here I'm gonna execute it. So this is the polymorphism. You can use it where you can save the different object addresses in the same reference.